Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you thought you were ready for today's content, trust me, you are not ready. Because what happened in Tampa, Florida just a few days ago was not just another concert. This was a historic moment that made the entire K-pop world stop, take a long breath, and say, what did we just witness? But the most shocking part? Even a dance legend of Taemin's caliber from SHINee could not stay silent. Yes, you heard that right. Taemin, one of the greatest dancers ever born in K-pop, a name that has become the gold standard of the dance world. He reacted to Jimin'S performance in Tampa. But before we get there, we need to talk about what happened at Raymond James Stadium that made the Tampa sky feel like it was about to collapse from the screams of 60,000 people. Are you ready? Because this is going to be long, and it is going to be incredible. Don't go anywhere. Okay, first things first. We need to understand just how massive the context of all this really is. BTS, 7 men whose names are already permanently written into the history of world music, just completed their mandatory military service and returned fully to the stage. And they did not come back halfway. They came back with the Ararang World Tour, the most ambitious tour in K-pop history. Try to picture this: 85 shows, 34 cities around the world. And it all started with a massive explosion in Seoul on April 9th, 2026. Their new album, Ararang, immediately shot to #1 on the Billboard 200, with the single Swim becoming a #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100. Then came the moment that millions of ARMY fans across America had been waiting for. Tampa, Florida, Raymond James Stadium, 60,000 people. All 3 shows sold out within minutes during the membership pre-sale. The organizers even had to add a third date because demand was completely out of control. The last time BTS performed as a complete group in America was April 2022 in Las Vegas. That means America had been waiting for over 4 years for this moment. And Tampa became the very first city to receive that extraordinary honor. No wonder the atmosphere inside and outside the stadium was absolutely insane. Massive LED trucks carrying images of the BTS members drove through the streets of Tampa for 3 consecutive days. Giant banners were hung all across the city. Fans brought posters, brought light sticks, brought tears, and brought a love that had been stored up for 4 long years. Now we get into the heart of the story, into the reason why this video exists. Park Jimin. From the very first moment he stepped onto the Tampa stage, something different was immediately felt. His hair. Oh yes, we need to talk about this hair first. Jimin appeared on stage with his flowing long blonde hair, a look that instantly made 60,000 people inside the stadium scream in unison. Not just ordinary hair, okay. This was a statement. This was Jimin telling the entire world, I am back, and I am bigger than ever. With that hair, with a new costume slightly lighter than the outfits from previous tours, the ones that had already earned him the title of Northern Duke, Jimin walked onto the stage and immediately owned everything. Fans on social media went absolutely crazy. Within minutes, photos and videos of Jimin with his long blonde hair went viral around the world. Comments like, he looks like a god, this cannot be real, and this hair must be protected as a world heritage flooded Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and every platform in existence. But that was just his appearance. We have not even talked about his dancing yet. Okay, brace yourself. On the first night of the Tampa concert, Jimin performed during the song FY, and instead of following the set choreography, he threw all of that out and went into a full freestyle dance. Total improvisation. And the result? Fancam videos of that moment broke through millions of views in a matter of hours. Not days. Hours. Why? Because when Jimin freestyles, what comes out is not just movement. What comes out is his soul. Every curve of his body tells a story. Every step he takes is like poetry in motion. There is softness there. There is power there. There is something that cannot be put into words, something you can only feel in your chest when you watch it. But it did not stop there. On the second night, Pied Piper was chosen as the impromptu song, a surprise song that even BTS themselves did not know about beforehand. And Jimin? He immediately pulled out his secret weapon, his iconic body roll choreography, the signature move that has been destroying the sanity of millions of fans around the world for years. The stadium exploded. Then on the third night, the final Tampa show, Pepsi, was chosen as the impromptu song. And once again, Jimin did not follow any fixed choreography. He went freestyle again, this time moving to every corner of the extended stage, reaching fans one by one with his eyes, with his smile, with his energy. Fans screamed. Fans cried. Fans could not breathe. Korean media immediately wrote, "Stage genius BTS Jimin ignites Tampa Stadium." Jimin set Tampa on fire, and Tampa will never fully recover from that moment. In the middle of all that madness, there was one moment that made everyone's heart completely melt. On the first night of the concert, a camera caught a young fan wearing a custom t-shirt that read, "Jimin, my name is Jimin too." Cute, right? But what was even more heartwarming was Jimin's reaction. As soon as the video spread, Jimin immediately reposted it on his own social media and added two simple but love-filled words. "Love you." 2 words. But those 2 words made ARMY fans across the world simultaneously scream, "Jimin, you are the sweetest person alive." This is what makes Jimin different. He is not just a world-class dancer. He is not just a talented vocalist. He is a warm human being who notices every small detail. Even the t-shirt of one fan in the middle of a concert with 60,000 people. After the concerts, the online world absolutely exploded. Jimin immediately became the #1 trending individual male in the US X music category. Not just in America, across multiple countries simultaneously. The hashtag #JiminAmerica, a combination of Jimin's name and America, blew up again across all platforms. Because that is his title, Jimin America. The man who, every time he sets foot on American soil, is capable of shaking an entire continent. Fancam videos of his dancing kept piling up views. His FYA freestyle video, his Pied Piper body roll, his Pepsi freestyle, all of them went viral, all of them were trending, all of them were being discussed by millions of people who may never have heard the name BTS before. And major media could not stay quiet either. Billboard itself wrote about Jimin and Jungkook, saying both brought a distinct elegance to each controlled movement. They are not just dancers, they are artists. Now we talk about the relationship that has long been a topic of conversation in the K-pop community. Taemin and Jimin. If you have been in the K-pop fandom for a while, you know these names. 2 names mentioned in the same breath every time someone talks about the greatest dancers in K-pop. Lee Taemin from SHINee debuted in 2008 and is one of the first-generation K-pop dancers who truly defined what it means to be a stage performer. His movements are clean, sharp, and simultaneously sensual in a way that feels almost inhuman. Every single one of his performances feels like high art. Jimin from BTS debuted in 2013 after a grueling training period that almost caused him to leave Big Hit. But he stayed. And what he produced from that perseverance is one of the most complete performers K-pop has ever seen. Flawless dance technique, deep expression, and a stage presence that burns everything around him. The two have known each other and respected each other for a long time. This relationship is not new. It is a long legacy that began long before Tampa. Who could forget their legendary dance showdown at the 2016 KBS Song Festival, when the two of them took the stage together and obliterated the collective consciousness of the entire K-pop fandom? That video is still being watched today, still being talked about, still making people refuse to believe that moment was real. Then came the Guilty Challenge collaboration from Taemin's solo song, where Jimin participated, and the two delivered a performance that proved why they are the greatest dance duo the industry has ever produced. That collaboration video even racked up 4.2 million likes on TikTok alone. And most memorably of all, Taemin once mentioned Jimin directly during an Instagram live, a moment that went immediately viral with 87,500 likes on TikTok and was discussed endlessly by fans from both sides. So when Jimin's Tampa performances began going viral, fans immediately had one question burning in their minds. What was Taemin's reaction? And here is where everything gets even more insane. In the world of K-pop, when a senior artist of Taemin's status, someone who has been the gold standard of dance for nearly 2 decades, reacts to someone, that is the highest possible acknowledgement any performer can receive. The K-pop community has long considered the Taemin-Jimin pairing as a symbol of 2 peaks facing each other, 2 of the highest mountains in the same mountain range. And now, After Tampa, after the nights where Jimin proved that he had climbed to a new level, a level even higher than before, that conversation exploded again. Fans from both fandoms were buzzing. Jimin is now on Taemin's level. Jimin has exceeded every expectation anyone could have had. Nobody can do what Jimin did last night. And this is not empty fan war talk. This is acknowledgement coming from dance observers, from fellow idols, from the media, from people who truly understand the world of dance at its highest level. Taemin and Jimin are living proof that K-pop can produce world-class dance artists. And Tampa was the moment Jimin confirmed his position once and for all. But this story is not over. Tampa was the opening act. Tampa was the statement. Tampa was Jimin's love letter to the entire world. The BTS Ararang tour continues. El Paso at Sun Bowl Stadium is already waiting. Then more cities, more countries, more continents that are already standing in a long line to feel what 60,000 lucky people in Tampa felt. And one thing is certain. After Tampa, everyone left with the same question echoing in their heads. What is Jimin going to do next? Because if this is what Tampa looked like, a freestyle that broke the internet, hair that destroyed everyone's sanity, a body roll that made it onto every best K-pop moments of 2026 list, then this tour is going to be something we tell our grandchildren about. That is not an exaggeration. That is a fact. And that is the full story from Tampa that shook the world. Jimin, with his long blonde hair, with a freestyle dance that rattled the sky, with a body roll that made 60,000 people lose their breath, with the small gesture of "love you" to a fan named Jimin, has proven once again why he is one of the most extraordinary performers to ever exist. And Taemin? Well, two of K-pop's greatest dance legends do not need many words to acknowledge each other's greatness. It is enough to watch. It is enough to feel. It is enough to let the dance speak for itself. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It genuinely helps this channel grow and keeps content like this coming for all of you. Subscribe if you have not already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest updates from the world of K-pop. And down in the comments, I want to ask you one thing. Who do you think is the greatest K-pop dancer of all time? Taemin, Jimin, or is there another name you would put forward? Write it below. I always read every single comment. See you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay passionate, and keep loving the music that makes you happy. Bye, Purple Heart Fire.